You probably know about the game Minecraft, don't you? Well, what you may not know is that there is a lost, forgotten copy that nobody knows about. On Christmas of 2015, I was given Minecraft for my PC until one day I decided to play my game straight away. And then I booted up my first Minecraft world, only to find that I spawned somewhere unusual. The scenery looked like an abandoned laboratory with old lab equipment, testing chambers, and the most frightening thing of all, the experiments. For example, there was a vat of water, and in it, some squids were swimming. However, these squids were not like your usual Minecraft squid. Instead, their tentacles were covered in scars, their eyes were melting out of their sockets, and their mantle was torn open, revealing their innards. I simply shrugged it off because I thought it was some sort of texture pack or mod. But when I went to check, I did not have any of those installed yet. Nervous, I continued forth. And then I found an old, broken iron golem. Most of its limbs looked like they'd been torn off. Only its left arm was intact. It looked completely rusted. Its head was cracked open. Then the golem looked up at me and said in a very low-pitched and distorted voice,
"Get out of here before it's too late."
And then the golem rested its head yet again. Scared, I continued forward. Then I found a single creeper. However, this creeper did not attack me straight away. Instead, the creeper looked very scared, which is an expression that the creepers weren't able to make. I thought that they were just some AI, but no, this creeper was scared out of his mind. But from what? I thought. Then, out of the blue, a villager walked up to me and handed me a syringe. I looked at the villager and I noticed straight away that something was off. So off that it almost made me throw up. The villager's eyes were removed, and in their place and on its forehead were clusters of small holes. Luckily, I did not have trypophobia, so it did not affect me that much. But then, the villager said to me,
"Here's the last one. Go ahead.
finish the job. Then, without controlling my player, the syringe was injected into the creeper. The creeper started vibrating, and then it fell to the ground, with tears filling its eyes.
Why did you listen to him?
I felt very bad for the creeper. Then, a bunch of other creepers started rushing towards the fallen creeper, trying to help it back up. But in the end, they all melted together and fused into one creeper. Its legs were melting into the ground. A large, spindly hand was emerging from the top of its head like an anglerfish lure. And a block of TNT was emerging from the side of its head. But the most disturbing thing was that its two eyes had become one.
You sick freak! You did this to me!
The creeper said in anger as it ran away. A large weight of guilt beared me down like a paperweight. I continued forward. Then I found a terrified Enderman. The Enderman then looked at my screen and said in a very distorted voice,
Get me out of here. They've taken my teleportation properties. You've seen what kind of madness they've done. You must do something. Please, I'm begging you.
I wanted to help the poor Enderman, but I couldn't. It was bound by netherite blocks, surrounded by bedrock, and chained up by iron bars. I was in adventure mode, with no items, no blocks, and no tools. Then the same villager walked up and said,
There's nothing you can do to stop us.
and then the villager pulled a lever, sending the Enderman into a cauldron of lava. The Enderman screamed in pain. Several other Endermen teleported in, trying to save the tortured Enderman, but they too fused with it. And the result was somewhat unique in a way. It appeared that the Enderman was wearing armor with spiked shoulder blades. Its head had the texture of cracked porcelain, and arrows were emerging from all across its body. Then I literally said out loud, "Why are you doing this?" Then the villager looked towards my screen and said to me,
You may think that we're doing this for revenge. You may even think that we're doing this for power. But really, we are doing this for the devil.
and then my screen cut to black. And then a line of text said, "Don't look now, but there's something behind you." And what happened next made me scream. A small Illager plush toy covered in black paint. The Illager had a small X-Acto knife in one of its hands, and in the other was a small piece of paper with a crudely written message. We are coming for you next.